Let's look at the case for music. At Key Stage 4 there are two courses, Music GCSE and Music Technology. Typically both subjects, both courses, are allocated in the same option block. This means that students could take one or the other subject, but not necessarily both. In the example being provided, let's assume that DL teaches Music GCSE in 11A. And in Year 11 this would be for 4 periods across a 2-week cycle. Let's also assume that AW teaches the Music Technology course, again for the 4 periods across the cycle. A similar situation may exist for Year 10, only this time the pairing of teachers involved could be different. The number of periods in this case would be 5 for Pool A in Year 10. Post-16 classes are entered in a similar way, again depending on the course and depending on the members of staff involved. So let's assume that a traditional Music AS course is taught in 12C between DL and AW. Four periods for DL, four periods for AW, deliberately combed in different period columns because those classes could not all be scheduled at the same time. At Key Stage 3 and in the junior department, the periods are called linear periods. This means they're more flexible and can fill in any of the combing chart spaces as they are scheduled on a much more flexible basis. So for example, 2 periods of music for a 9T class per fortnight could be entered like so, and 2 periods for a Year 7 music class could be entered in a similar way. The colour coding makes each year group clear to see. Once all of the periods have been entered, then the word MET will appear in the table or the summary table at the bottom of the chart, and once all the periods have been allocated, then a message will turn green at the bottom of the screen saying that that is the case. Now looking at the example from the previous year, we can see that the combing chart was completed in much the similar way. In this case it appears as if the top half of the table represents week A and the bottom half of the table represents week B. And whilst it is possible to produce a combing chart in that way, it's not necessary, and if it makes life easier, then put all the subject blocks together, or all the class blocks together, as shown in this worked example. That said, we can see that none of the subjects are blocked necessarily, apart from the case of the music and the music technology. Year 7, 8 and 9 and JD have filled in intervening spaces because of their linear nature. Any further guidance or support required to produce the most effective combing chart possible for the next timetable cycle, please come and find me, and then we can work together on that to make sure that it's the best that we can produce. Thank you.